Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Robin. I'm the main person you'll see on this channel. My husband is Jack, and we are Southern Latitudes. So I wanted to talk about creating and making seedling soil, stuff you put in your seed trays when you're going to start your babies. So I did a little bit of research on YouTube before. I just wanted to see what people were doing. And it seems like everybody has a different opinion on seed soil. So I'm just going to go through a couple examples. Hollis and Nancy's homestead, he used a compressed dried peat moss, which you'll see me use too, and a vermiculite, which is a little finer, at a 3-to-1 ratio. Epic Gardening had a 1-1-1 with compost, peat moss, and perlite. And he liked the larger size of the perlite because for pores and for letting water and air go through easily to the roots of the seedling. And my gardener, anyhow, it didn't work. Gary Pillarchick, I hope I'm saying his name right. He's from the Rusted Gardener, and he's got a lot of good information. And he started off with a recipe with a 5 parts peat moss, with 1 to 2 of perlite, and then 1 teaspoon of garden tone fertilizer. And then he kind of updated in 2018 where he had a 3-to-1, and then he did something with a microwave to kill the germs, because sometimes if I think it's the peat moss in there, when it gets wet for too long, it will attract the gnats and stuff, and I get that. But at the volume I'm doing, first of all, I can't be throwing anything in the microwave. Secondly, it's mostly going to live outside, so gnats or no gnats. I probably will watch the water in the tray, and so hopefully we won't have gnats, but if we do, they're outside. And then my last person I looked up was Gardening Paradise, who had 4 parts of cocoa peat and 4 parts of vermiculite / compost, vermipost, and then 1 part perlite. And then he also had 1 part vermiculite. So he had perlite and vermiculite in his. So what does that tell you? Everybody's got a different opinion. So I started looking at the science behind it. Why? Peat moss makes sense, right? You got to have something that holds water in there. So that's a no-brainer. I have to come home with peat moss. And then I have to come home with something that creates pores, whether it be vermiculite or perlite. I'm probably going to do that based on price. And there's different coarse sizes, coarse to fine. I'm not really sure. I'm not settled on that yet. And then we're going to need some nutrition, either by fish emulsion. You can do compost tea. You can just add manure, cow manure, black cow, whatever you want, mushroom compost, whatever's handy in your area. So I'm really just looking for those 3 elements. Oh, and then also I did see people put in lime. I didn't write it down, but some people did put in lime in their area. I think I'll probably just do a smidge of that. So anyhow, follow me down to the big box store and we're gonna go shopping. Okay, thanks. So I just thought of something that came to mind while I was pulling up here, that many years ago when I did homeschooling with my kids, I ended up taking a 12-week aquaponics class with my youngest son. And we used to drive about 15-20 minutes out to a farm location, and we got to build soil there. And we got to, I believe most of it was perlite and then just a little peat moss. And then all of the food and nutrition came in through their aquaponics water system, and then they were starting up hydroponics too with fish. So that was pretty cool. All the nutrition came just in with the water. So that is an option, a very valid one, and if that's something you choose, that's fine. I will probably mix up fish emulsion, and we'll look at the prices of compost in here, like black cow or something like that. I probably won't like the prices, so I will probably just mix my own and then do it through like a compost tea. I also have Mexican sunflowers at home. wait, Tithonia diversifolia, is that right? And that makes an excellent compost tea. So I might just save myself some money there and put that in some water and let it break down and make good nutrition for the babies. So anyhow, let's go on in and go see what we can find at what cost. Okay, we're trying to be a little cost effective with this since we just had Christmas. All right. So I'm out here. There's potting soil, there's garden soil, and that's okay, but I guess it's even better to have seedling soil, something to put seeds in. And I don't think they really concentrate on stocking that at these big stores. So let's see what we can find. Oh, they do have planting mix. I don't know if that's for seeds though. Anyhow, here we go. Here's the black cow. $5.27. That's not too bad. Oh, and look, this one's only $1.97. Okay, I suppose we can put a little bit of that in our mixture. Won't hurt. So I turned around and look what I just saw. Fruit trees. I have to look. I've been looking for a starfruit tree, but anyhow, I don't need one at this moment. But anyhow, I better just walk away. Here we go. Only $10.97 for peat moss. I thought that was going to be so much more expensive than it is. And this is 3 cubits. So how much was this 1 cubit? Okay, so we'll have like a 3-to-1 ratio just out of convenience. There's no special science behind my thinking. So I found perlite and vermiculite, and vermiculite is 20 and perlite's only $16.97, almost 7. Oh, 21 and 17. So I don't really know that there's, I really didn't do my research to know if one's really worth $4 more, and why. But since a lot of other people use perlite, I'm just gonna go with the perlite here. So that's pretty good. And I also picked up 1 extra compost. So I'm going to use my wheelbarrow for a mixing container. I saw Mr. Hollis do that, and he is a great source of information if you've not seen Hollis and Nancy's homestead. He's got a bunch of progressional how-to videos, including a seed starting one, but also how to start all sorts of different vegetables. All right, there you go. I think we can break that free now. Ugh. Kind of fun. Maybe slightly therapeutic. It's therapeutic. Okay, I promised my husband. I promised my husband I was gonna wear gloves. Hold on. It's very therapeutic to get your hands in the dirt, but it's not really great when you just got a pedicure done. Manicure and pedicure. So anyhow, I promised I was not gonna do this without gloves. I mean, he didn't request it, but I promised myself, because those things are expensive. Ladies, have you had your manicure and pedicure? Oh my gosh, they're a little bit pricey. Anyhow, want to get the most out of that. All right, come on. Call that good for now. See if I can get them. Oh no. Okay, it's not for good now. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Oh, that's nice and light and fluffy. Break it up. Perfect. All right. Let's go ahead and add our nutritional part of this. I'm adding in cow manure. First, we want to give it some food right from the beginning, as soon as it's ready to take in food. So we have something that holds moisture and something that has food. If you want, you could buy the black cow if you want to pay that much for extra nutrition. It's probably more nutritious. All right. So I'm going to use about half of this bag right here. So perlite helps prevent soil compaction. It promotes strong root development, and you can use with all sorts of different mixes, garden mixes. In fact, the other half of this, if I don't use it all, or I might have to get a second bag, is up there where I have my sweet potatoes. That soil's super compacted. Also, while I'm thinking about it, they do make this in different size crumbles. You can get extra fine, and you can get medium and coarse. What is that, buddy? No. All right, we'll give it a mix and see if that's about what I'm looking for. And here's some lime. Just gonna use a little bit. Uh-oh, I guess it's a brand new bag. I didn't know that. It's been sitting in my shed for most of the year, I think. Last year. So, I'm using about a cup's worth, a scoop's worth. That would be very expensive to buy pre-made in the store. Let's start filling this seed tray. This is a 162 cell seed tray. This is a good way to do it, right over the wheelbarrow. Here, let's get that corner. I think I have coarse perlite, and if I need to do this again, I'll make a note to self, maybe go get for a little bit finer perlite or vermiculite. But this is fat. It'll probably do okay, but it does break up pretty easy in your hands anyhow. Okay. Let's go ahead and wipe the excess off and wet it down. Whoa. You see the perlite on top? It actually almost blew off. Since this is the first time the peat moss has seen any water. I'm just going to add a little bit more soil back on top, just lightly. I think if I were to do this over again, and I will be, I think I would buy maybe a finer broken down. I'm thinking that's a peat moss issue. I don't think that's the compost. I would buy that a little bit finer and then buy the smaller granules. This will probably just do fine, but I think preferably for seed starting, this is a change I would make for sure. Hey, so I want to thank you for following with me today on my journey of learning how to make seed soil. It was a pretty fun experience. I'll keep you updated as we go to see if there's things I would tweak and do differently. But most of all, I want you to take this away from the whole experience. It is not like baking in the kitchen where you have to have exact amounts. 3 of this, 1 of that, or 1, 1, 1. Or don't do that to yourself. Don't let it get to you. Make it more like cooking. Hey, you prefer more salt? You prefer more pepper? It's how you want it. It's how it's based on what you're growing, based on maybe your soil types, maybe your climate types. Are you in a dry area? I'm in a super humid area. You know, so our needs might be a little bit different. So just remember, you're going to need something to hold moisture, something to feed them with, and something to provide aeration for those little roots to grow down and get going good. So if you just remember those 3 main factors, I'm sure you're going to do just fine. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.